I do not know Mr. Adani as alleged by that particular person. I have never met that individual. I don't work for KAA. I don't work for the Ministry of Transport. I don't know on what condition somebody can allege that I brokered a deal between Kenya and another foreign entity, whose owner, agents, I have never met, Mr. Speaker. That gentleman, Mr. Speaker, I wanted to put it straight to him that my lawyers will be reaching out to him. The media house that was used as well to soil my name will equally have to give an account.
Did you learn of the Adani deal?
I didn't know anything about this deal. I just happened to get a hold of the documents. I read the documents for myself. And after I read the documents is when I realized this thing is a big scam.
Tell us about the documents. What were the documents saying?
Adani is going to, has already done a proposal. It wasn't the proposal itself. It was a summary of the proposal. And a few people had signed on it, basically approving the proposal. I don't know about my security, I hope I'm safe at the moment, but I don't think I'm really safe. I have received a lot of threats since the day I exposed this.
This Adani deal is a very big topic is because number one, it involves a lot of money. We are talking about over $200 billion. Hey, my goodness, investment. And that is why Kenyans are so against it, because they believe that the Kenyan government is actually capable of leading the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. God, where on earth did you hear that? A country wants to sell its biggest international airport to foreigners when themselves they can take care of that airport. The big issue here is that Adani does not have a good record. In fact, when I went to the comment section, when the Indians were actually making a video about Adani, there were more negative comments about Adani than the positive comment. They said that you guys should not allow this man to invest in Kenya. He's already rejected in India and in other countries because he has a lot of record of fraud. And why would you people allow such a man to take over your airport? This is the biggest cartel of all the times. And kudos to Nelson Amenya. And I just hope that this man still stays alive, because he's receiving a lot of threats ever since he exposed the Adani deal. So the investigation is still going on. A lot of truth is coming out, and we are getting shocked every day. Like, what type of government do Kenya have?
Are you the one who shared these documents with politicians?
Yes, I'm the one who shared them. Nobody knew anything about this deal, even Senator Onyonka, except Aaron Cheruiyot, who is the broker in this deal, and he was actually the one who went to India.
How do you know? How do you put Aaron Cheruiyot's name as a broker? How do you know he was a broker? How do you ascertain that he was a broker in this deal?
Because he went to India and met Adani, and they're the ones who brought Adani to Kenya.
Is there a document in support of what you're saying tonight? That they met Adani
no document for that. There's no document for that, because it's done in a clandestine way. It's like you heard about this CS who was caught with 200 million in Dubai. Of course, there is no evidence. It's a fact that there was someone who was caught, but of course they will deny it because there is no evidence.
Government is leading Kenya. This is a very big disaster. The government is so corrupt that they are ready to sell everything, sell the airport, sell the people. I mean, they just want to sell everything. Like, one day Kenya will wake up and we the Kenyans, or the main Kenyans, do not own anything. Like, everything is owned by foreigners, so they can quickly kick us out from that country, because there's nothing. Like, a common Kenyan is now under threat because the government keep inviting foreigners to own things, and it's not like they don't have the money to take care of that airport. Kenya actually has the money to expand the airport, to fix all the messes that has been there. But you know what? They don't want that. They want to sell our airport in exchange for money. And you know what it means for Kenyans? It means that thousands of Kenyans will lose their job. And then at the end of the day, we will lose that airport. And that means Kenyans can never be proud of their international airport again, because foreigners are, and because it is their airport, they can choose to change the language, they can choose to change many things, and how comfortable are we? And you know, this is a very big airport that we have tourists, we have people from all over the world visiting Kenya through the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. This is our pride, and Kenyans do not want our pride to be so. So you guys, what do you think about this Adani deal? Is the high time the president addresses this issue? The fact that he's so quiet about this Adani deal and he's saying nothing, he's doing nothing. Everything is so questionable. President Ruto, it's high time you talk to Kenyans and make it clear all this, or say no to the Adani deal. If you really love Kenya, if you really love Kenya, if you are the president, Kenyans voted for you, there are certain things you have the power, and you have the power to say no to Adani deal. I, as the president of Kenya, declare that that airport is not going to be released. Full stop. But if he's not talking, that means he is also involved in the dirty deal. Anyway, guys, and when they confronted Cheriot about this Adani deal, he said no. He said that he doesn't know who is Adani. He has never seen him. He has never heard about him. In fact, he was now threatening that whoever put my name on this Adani deal mess is going to hear from my lawyers. These guys, that they always think that they can get away from a lot of things just because they have money, they have their lawyers, so nobody can intimidate them. But when you are going to India, when you are signing the deal, when you are the broker for Adani, you did not talk like that. But now that the truth is out, you are now threatening that very soon whoever put your name in the Adani scandal will hear from your lawyers. Yes, because you guys are so used of using your lawyers to get away with a lot of things. Kenyans never stop fighting for this Adani deal. It must never be said. Anyway,
as a fairly easy thing to see, some thief from India called Adani cannot arrive in Kenya and all of a sudden take over things. Adani is the face of a cartel that includes top leadership in Kenyan politics. It is not about Adani. You saw the case of a similar thief in South Africa. It's a cartel that... what the Guptas did in South Africa is what Adani is trying to do here. But what to ask Ruto is, if predecessors to him, some of whom, most of whom also had appetite for money, did not pound the family silver to the end, like he's doing, what gives him the moral authority to think that he can be a better thief than those who came before him?
Yes, your name and media house, kindly.
Last. Yeah. I have 2 questions. What can you, in a scale of 1 to 10, how can you rate this review? And maybe going forward, can we expect to see this team working together?
Yeah.
F for failure. And you are asking about this team? Yes, let Dr. Muhisa emphasize that about the team.
You know, there is a national failing in Kenya that if a few people offer leadership on critical matters, the rest of us go into retirement and let them do it for us. For a long time, Kenyans have asked Raila to carry the burdens for them, ask the questions on their behalf. And when Raila crosses over, they start feeling that it's a desert. Similarly, when Gen Z started showing that there's still the blood of national pride in a young generation in this country, a lot of others stepped back and said, let the Gen Zs take it. But what message are we saying? We share responsibility for the tomorrow of this country. We have shared experience and pride about service in public life, where we have served with integrity, without letting greed override us. And we say we are called upon to start renewing our commitment and offer dutiful service to Kenya. We are part of a progressive effort that must reclaim our country. We are just starting now the re-engagement. You are not only going to see us together, you're going to see us with many more people who share the solid commitment and patriotic duty for a clean, decent Kenya that's not the laughing stock of Africa, but the pride that it once was.
Maybe a vote of thanks by one or two of the youths accompanying us.
Yes, we are grateful to our leaders who have come together to speak on the issues that hurt the country. And we are firmly behind them as the youth of this nation, because we want leadership that is informed by the love for this country and the future of this country. So as the youth of this country, we are solidly behind them and affirming that we are going to stand behind every leader who stands for integrity, who stands for accountability, and who stands for responsibility for anyone who is in office. Thank you.
So that's the end.
Thank you very much. That's the end of our presser today. We thank you so much for making time to come and listen to the State of the Nation address. Asanteni.